Guys, we have to do this before every speaker for legalities. Those of you that have been around for a while, you understand what it is we're doing. Those of you that are new, there's a high risk to trading is basically what this means. Trading forward exchange stocks, options, or futures on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you yourself should carefully consider your own personal objectives, your own personal financial situation, your needs, and your own personal level of experience. The speakers on this show today provide general advice that does not take into account your objectives, your financial situation, or your needs. In other words, they don't know you. So this is not personal advice. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss in excess of your deposited funds, and therefore you should not speculate with capital that you could not afford to lose. And that's probably the most important thing to tell you about any type of investing, whether it's short-term, long-term. And of course, the last part is past performance is not necessarily indicative of future success. Now, with all that being said, our education today continues with a guy that I've actually been looking forward to hearing speak. I've never heard him speak before. He's been around for a long time, though, and I met him just about a month ago out in Las Vegas at the Money Show, and I think right now he's talking to us from England. He told me, or from Europe, sorry. He's somewhere in Europe. He told me he was going to be traveling, but he's like, I'll do the show. I think I bought him a shot of tequila when we were out there. He's like, okay, I'll do the show. So he's here today by a special request by us. Andrew Keen is a globally recognized option trader, and he began his career on the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, and he made a fortune utilizing his unique, unusual options activity technique on the CBOE floor. He subsequently launched his live trade room where thousands of traders observed his real-time options trading. Andrew's expertise and insights have attracted a large community of everyday traders to benefit from his successful trading strategies. He's been on CNBC, he's been on Fox Business, he's been on Bloomberg, and today he's here with us at the Summer Market Summits, Mr. Andrew Keen, aka the Alpha Shark. Andrew, how are you, buddy?
What's up? How are you?
Good, man. Where are we talking to you from today?
Well, I don't know if any of that is you've never seen me present before.
You know what? It's been a while.
Are you the only person in the world?
It's been like 2 years, so maybe I exaggerated with the never part.
And I'm in Sweden.
Oh, Sweden, yeah. I knew you were in Europe
and
somewhere.
I'm so ready for that shot of tequila.
Listen, the story had to be exciting. I knew we were drinking together.
Yeah, I know.
I can't remember.
Get a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Sweden. It's actually National Day today in Sweden. So everybody's out raging during the day. It's like their 4th of July. It's June 6th. I didn't know that. And I'm here giving you guys a webinar.
Oh, wow. Geez. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your holiday over there and doing this for us. And, we're excited.
All right. Should I start?
You got it, man. Screen share is all yours. We're here if you need us.
Okay. Let me take the screen and we will start. All right. How's everybody doing today? I will have the chat box open. So if you guys have any questions in the chat box, please just ask any questions. My name is Andrew Keen. I have done over 1,000 live webinars. I was very into the webinar affiliate world for a very long time. And I don't do many webinars anymore. I probably do 20 to 25 a year. I'm really selective about who I choose to do webinars with. But John asked me to be part of the webinar, so I said I would do it. I have a completely new slide deck. I actually just had to see how many slides I have so I know what my pace is. And I have 54 slides. And what I'm going to teach you guys today is hopefully something new that you've never seen before. What this is called is Hidden Market Reveals, Wall Street's Secret Trades. I am your presenter for the next hour, probably like closer to 50 minutes. I do trade with real money. I invest. I own properties. My name is Andrew Keen. That is my God-given legal name on my birth certificate. Risk disclaimers is probably the most important slide in the whole deck. Day trading, option trading, very risky. Make sure you know how much you're willing to lose on a trade. I am not a registered investment advisor. I cannot offer you, I cannot tell you what to do with your money. I only tell you, my opinion. I think my opinion is more valuable than, being an RIA. I'm not registered with FINRA. I'm not an RIA. Know how much you're willing to risk per trade as a dollar amount or a percentage of your total account. but I am not registered at all. So I cannot take responsibility for losses in trading at all. And like I said, good traders always think about how much money they're going to make on a trade. I would like to consider myself a great trader. I say, if I'm wrong, what can I lose on a trade? As a generalization, I buy options, because when I buy an option, the most I can lose is what I pay for the option. When I sell an option, that's when I can get in trouble. You know, you have an unlimited risk when you sell calls, sell straddles, and sell strangles. So here's an example of a trade, and we have partnered with the CBOE. So a little story about my trading career. I was on the trading floor at the CBOE, I want to say for like 9 years. I don't have an exact number, but between 8.5 and 10 years at the CBOE. I started as a clerk on the trading floor, and then I moved into being a market maker on the trading floor. I left the trading floor. I started trading futures unsuccessfully. I started trading options unsuccessfully, and I really couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get in my mojo of like how to trade. And this girl introduced me to the scanner. And what the scanner does is it picks up every single order flow across all 14 major exchanges. And I'm like, wow, this thing's really cool. And it spits out just thousands, probably hundreds of trades every day. This is the actual full-blown trade alert. And it just all day long, it just spits out signals. You know, if we look, there's probably about 7,000 publicly traded companies, 3,200 with options in them. And I had a sales guy, and he's like, what about if we just took the scanner and just spit out what you would take, what signals you like? I'm like, oh, it sounds like a pretty good idea. So we have now a licensing deal with, or partnership with, the CBOE. Trade Alert, the company, was bought by the CBO, I want to say a couple years ago. And now we have launched scanners for basically retail traders, okay? And we have different kinds of scanners for different kind of traders. We have a day trade one. One's a penny spike, which is 10 cents to 40 cents. One's a moonshots, 20 to 80 cents. And what I'm here to teach you guys today is my favorite one. And this shows a nominal value dollar amount of over $1 million bet in the derivative space. So the collective size of the order is over $1 million, okay? And basically, you know, I can't tell you if, you know, people are trading on insider information or not. I can just ask you your opinion. Do you think people are trading on insider information? We're just getting their trades. And this proprietary-based scanner, which is not available anywhere else, spits across these signals throughout the course of the day. In this scanner today, we don't have any signals. It's actually been a slower day. Yesterday, I think there was 3 signals. I'm here to show you some of the examples of the signals that hit the tape. This is literally copy and paste from the scanner. We don't alter any of these signals at all. None of these signals I personally took with real money. We'll show you a signal that lost money too, because not every trade is going to be a winner when you trade. So this is straight from our scanner. And what it says is super option signal. And let's do the breakdown of the trade. Some traders somewhere in the world, we never know their stock or option position. They bought 1,205 Tesla TSLA, expiration 6/2/2023, 215 calls for $1.07. And the stock was trading 212.56 at the time. This happened at 9:56, 13 seconds Eastern. This trade is recorded for the OCC and the SEC straight from one of the 14 major exchanges. This trade, I did not put on with real money. This is not my trade. This is somebody's trade somewhere in the world. And then our data just allows us to see this in a very simple to easy to see format. What you choose to do with the signal is on your own. And I'm pretty sure this signal hit the tape on Friday. As you can see here, this is how it looks on a proprietary-based super option scanner. This is direct feed from the exchanges. This is not my trade. I am not typing it in. I'm not making it. But it says super option signal. Trader buys 1,205 TSLA Tesla 6/2/2023, 215 calls for $1.07. I always tell subscribers, you can use a 50% stop loss. And if you want, you can have 50 and 100% profit targets. Let's see what happens to the signal after this signal hit the trading floor. As you can see here, this is the Tesla calls. These are the 6/2, 2023, 215 calls. Right here, we have the total amount of calls traded. 489,000 calls traded, and this is screenshotted from Thinkorswim. And this gives me the high of the day, okay? So signal hits at $1.07. After the signal hits, stock goes up in value. Coincidentally, maybe. Coincidentally, yes. Coincidentally, no, maybe. And they end up expiring worthless, okay? So they always say, you know, is this trade a winner or a loser? If we look down the breakdown of this trade, you can see here they hit at $1.07, okay? $1.07 went up to 288 and then closed at 0. So technically, is that a winner or loser? Well, you know, sometimes we tell subscribers you can use a 50 and 100% profit target with 50% stop loss. If you use those, you would have hit a target at about $1.60, a target at 214. They trade up to 288 and they end up going to 0. So this is an example of a trade that hit our proprietary base scanner that is not available anywhere else in the world. Tesla stock. So what we have is the volume spike in the option market. Then what happens to the stock after the signal hits the tape? Signal hits the tape. That option went up 150% that day. If we actually did the math on it and I took out my calculator, Thinkorswim gave us the high of the day at 288. We subtract 107. So 288 minus 107 divided by 107. It's actually 169%. So in theory, in an ideal world, if you sold at the absolute high of the day, you could have made 169%. But realistically, maybe you hit profit targets at 50 and 100%. But what is most important is that stock moves up in value after the signal hit the trading floor. And like I said, I was a market maker at the CBOE for about 9 years, and that's all we looked for. We would look for these big single orders in the derivative space, and we would position ourselves accordingly. And someone came in and bought a bunch of calls, we'd usually get on the same side as them, depending on what the order is. So here's a couple of bio shots of me. As you can see here, my name is Andrew Keen. I used to be on TV a lot more. I've kind of throttled back on that. I used to be on webinars a lot more, throttled back on that. There's the CBOE, that's First Business on the top left. Bloomberg, I hosted from Bloomberg headquarters with Trish Regan and Adam Johnson, probably 2 or 3 times on 59th and Lex in New York. Top right was CNBC in San Diego. Bottom left, it's just me talking about unusual option activity. There was an order a couple years ago where someone came in and bought Kraft calls. Literally 2 days later, Warren Buffett took a huge position in Kraft. Well, how did these traders know to buy calls in Kraft days before Warren Buffett bought the stock? You ask yourself the question. Then on the bottom middle, you can see I'm on CNBC again. This was in Gilead. And then on the bottom right, me talking on Amazon. So like I said, I used to be on TV, featured pretty frequently, almost every day. I've kind of throttled back from that. I've throttled back from a lot of my webinar appearances. I kind of pick and choose them. But, you know, a little history about myself. Then I've also written 5 books. 2 of them are published books. One was by Wiley. And then the last one was actually on Airbnb with Simon & Schuster. And these other ones are just ebooks. But I have 5 books total, 3 self-published, 2 and published. You know, I wrote one called Keen on the Market with Wiley Publication, Trade to Win, Unusual Option Activity, Volatility, and Earnings. So everybody has a different way that they trade, right? Some people, you know, I got an email one time, someone's like, hey, can I trade on the 1 hour bar? I'm like, if you can make money on the 1 hour bar, more power to you. I cannot make money on the 1 hour bar, but if you can, great. You know, so I day trade, I swing trade. I really focus on order flow. You can consider it one of 2 ways. I'm reading the tape. So I'm looking for the best and most important traders in the world, placing allocated capital on certain trades. And this is how I came up with the super option scanner. The super option scanner always has volume greater than open interest. volume, how many contracts trade today, open interest, or how many exist before today. And then also we have a nominal value of $1 million placed on a trade. And today we just haven't seen anything. On average, is about 1 to 3 trades a day. It's a lot of your favorite names. It's your Googles, it's your Teslas, it's your Apples. But the size of the order has to be $1 million for us to hit our scan. So here we see it again, guys. Super option signal. We'll show you a couple examples. We'll show you a couple winners. We'll show you actually a couple, one loser. Trader buys 1,205. Tesla 6/2 2023. I think this trade happened on Friday. I don't like to show examples from 6 months ago, 9 months ago. And I've seen some people's webinars and they're like, oh yeah, we bought Bank of America at $1. I'm like, that was 2008. That's 15 years ago. Can you show me that something that is actionable in the last 2 days, in the last week, maybe 2 weeks? And this was something that hit the tape on Friday. So just a couple trading days ago. And then we see right here, that shows us the super option scanner spike. So this black is the option volume, okay? What you choose to do with that signal is on your own, okay? It is a long signal. Is that long signal a reason to get long stock? Maybe buy calls, short put spreads, buy call spreads. What you choose to do with it is on your own. But what's most important is the volume spike in that option. Every single signal that hits our scanner, volume is greater than open interest. Volume, how many contracts trade today, open interest, or how many options exist before today. So we got to make sure that that volume is greater than open interest. So like we said, that signal went from $1.07 to $2.88 on the high of the day. So we can see here, the volume was greater than open interest. Then we see the spike in the stock. After the spike of the stock starts moving up. In theory, we looked at up. That signal made 169% if you bought it when it hit the scanner, and if you sold it on the high of the day. Probably not realistic. So probably could have taken profit targets at 50 and 100%. And I don't have a historical data of how many trades are quote unquote winners versus losers. We're just showing you today an example of 2 trades that made money. And we're going to show you an example of a trade that didn't make money. Because in trading, not every single trade is going to make money. But if you stick with that 50% stop loss, if you stick to 50 and 100% profit targets, this trade would have made you 75%. If you got out on the high of the day, which is very unrealistic, 169%. So most of traders lose money because they trade against the smartest people in the world. Little story about myself. I traded on the trading floor and I made more money than the year before, And my ego got the best of me. And I thought I was smarter than big money. And I started trading against big money. And basically, I blew out my whole trading account. I lost a lot of money. I don't want to disclose how much I lost. And I said, I'm never going to do that again. Why would I trade against the biggest and best traders in the world? Carl Icahn's probably a bad example now, but if Bill Ackman, for example, was to text me, Bill Ackman has no idea who Andrew Keen is, I can promise you that. But if Bill Ackman was to text me and say, hey, I'm going to buy $1 million worth of option calls, are you in for $2,000? I'd say, you're Bill Ackman. Of course I'm in for $2,000. Am I in for $5,000? Yeah, probably. 20, yes. 200, probably no. So what we're doing here, guys, it's not a very hard system. It's actually a really, really easy system. And it's just basically watching order flow in the option market. We wait for the biggest and best traders to place and allocating capital on certain trades. Then we just mimic their trades. So I found this on the internet. I thought it was really interesting. I don't know if this is true or not, but it's called the 90-90-90 rule. 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital in the first 90 days of opening their account. I have been trading now for 20 years. Sometimes it's weird for me to say. I turned 44 in July. I graduated from University of Illinois in 01. I started clerking in 02. I started trading in 03, which actually this year would be my 20-year anniversary for trading. I always say that everybody needs a good coach. You know, I always like to give you the Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson analogy. which is, Michael Jordan was in the league, his rookie of the year. He won the scoring title, but his coach was Doug Collins. And he never got to the next level because he didn't have a good coach. I want to be everybody's coach in this crazy world of trading. When I was graduating college from the University of Illinois, my dad, who I respect a lot, I said to him, I have no idea what I want to do with my life. He's like, you should trade. And growing up in Chicago, I was like, those guys are crazy. They wear the yellow jackets. They're drunk. They're yelling and screaming. He's like, Andrew, you'll love it. Every day is different. And it's so amazing that I get to come in every day and I get to see these signals from the biggest traders in the world. Like, this is a different one of our scanners from yesterday. I mean, this is a perfect example, and I just want to show you this one before we move on. This did not hit the super option scanner, but did hit a different one of our scanners. So you go here. Yesterday, we had a signal in Unity software. Look at these. These had a different one of our scanners. Same system, right? Just following the biggest traders in the world. Unity, a trader bought 2,341 Unity 6934 calls for 30 cents. That stock traded up to $39, and as Apple announced a partnership with them, this option from this price point to the high, I think they went up to $5 from 30 cents. And this is something that hit the tape yesterday in a different one of our scanners. So $30 per one lot to potentially $500, right? Once again, yesterday, another signal in Unity. So Unity hit two of our scanners right before they announced Apple announced the partnership with them. And you ask yourself, you're like, you don't think this trader knew something about buying Unity calls before the announcement? I'll let you answer that. So Michael Jordan with a bad coach, no NBA championships. I can never guarantee profitability in trading. My goal is to make everybody a better trader by teaching you a system that has worked for me before in the past. Past performance, we obviously know is not indicative of future results. I could very easily just stop teaching my system, but I truly believe that this system is a great system for a retail trader to trade because we don't use any technical analysis. We're not selling calls. We know on every trade how much we can risk on per trade because we are buying call options only. We're buying different strikes, different expirations, and all we're doing is reading the tape. All we're following is that smart trader and saying, hey, we're going to jump on back of their piggyback of them. Michael Jordan, after losing many years with Doug Collins, he found a coach. He found a guide. The whole storybook telling in every Marvel movie history of known man, it's simple and easy. You have like this out of place kid who then finds a mentor that gives them a guidebook. And then what would have happened if they didn't find their guide or mentor? And then what happened when they did find their guide or mentor? And then they go into the promised land, right? So Michael Jordan, 6 NBA championships, never lost in an NBA Finals. I don't even think he played a Game 7 in an NBA Finals, but that happened after Phil Jackson came on board, okay? When he was with Doug Collins, he was not a good coach and not a good guy. If you trade futures or Forex, I'm not your coach. I'm not your guy, okay? I don't trade either of those products. Have I traded them before? Yes. There's a lot more people that are well-versed in futures, Forex. If you want to trade technical analysis, good for you. I'm not that's not me. That's not my forte. My forte is finding the best traders in the world, placing and allocating capital on trades that they like. It's just following who I think the smart money is, following the biggest traders in the world. We trade futures, Forex. If you want to trade Apple on the 1 minute bar, this program is not for you. So if you use stock or options, I do use the scanner every single day. And like I said, today there hasn't been any signals, but the scanner runs every day, all day long from 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. So the scanner runs 7.5 hours a day. Usually on an average day, you'll have about 3 signals. That's average. Average hold period on these signals can be between an hour and 10 days. But we don't have that like mathematically calculated. Here's another example in Tesla. And once again, this is straight from my super option scanner. We did not alter it. We didn't shift it. We did not change anything. Super option signal trader buys 1,054, 6/2/2023, 200 calls for $4.69, $4.68.5. And the stock was trading 198.35. We all know what Tesla's done in the last couple of days. Absolutely on fire. Stock was trading it traded at 10:04:25 Eastern. This is a straight signal from the trading floor. We license our technology, license, partner, I don't know what the technical term is, with the CBOE. They own Trade Alert. We get our trades straight from the trading floor across all 14 major exchanges. So as you can see here, these Tesla calls, these were the 200s. They hit the tape at $4.69. We'll call it $4.70. They traded as high as $17.22. Okay, that was the high of the option. If you had 50 and 100% profit targets, you would have hit 50 and 100% profit targets. They traded up to 17.22. So in theory, you could have gotten it was 390. Could have got out. In theory, very unrealistic. You hit the high of the day of 17.22. And then we see this option spike here. Okay. As I repeat myself over and over again, the scanner only picks up volume greater than open interest. So this scanner is not available anywhere else in the world. Okay. Optionhacker.com is the parent company. You cannot buy it anywhere else. I have sole exclusivity to sell this scanner with the CBOE. You can Google it. You're not going to find it. What this looks for is volume greater than open interest in the option market and nominal $1 million of optional value bet on trades. So some trades I take are smaller bets. Like I took a trade to stay in Starbucks. Starbucks was a $38,000 bet we saw hit the tape. These trades that hit the super option scanner is big money. Okay. I don't have $1 million to bet that Tesla goes up to 200 between that now and the end of the week. But let's talk about who potentially could. So these are examples of trades. I did not take any of these with my own money. I just showing you a couple examples. Here's an example in AMD. 1,504 AMD 6/2/2023 130 calls hit at 210. Okay. Talk about 50% stop loss targets, 50 and 100%. This trade went to a loser. Okay. You would have lost 100% on this trade. So just because it's a scanner doesn't mean it's going to make money. But we play in a world of probability and math. It's like if I went to Vegas and I knew if I knew Billy Walters bet $5 million on a certain NBA game, I would probably put some of my money on that side because he's big money. He has information to technology, information I do not have as a retail trader. So why did these traders lose money? Okay, here's a picture of me straight from the CBOE. This was my backer, CRG, Craig Luce. And like I said, I traded down there. That's actually Melissa Lee on CNBC in the background. And I traded down there, for about, I want to say it was 8.5 years, 8.5, 10. I don't have exact dates on this at the CBOE. So let's talk about when I graduated college and why my mom was not exactly happy with my decision. So I had interviews, everything from financial advisor, financial analyst, investment banker. And then I decided to be a trading clerk. I worked for a company called Botta Capital Management, BOTTA, literally stood for best option traders there are. And investment bankers obviously made a lot more money. I was poor. I was making $2,000 a month. I stayed at my parents' house in the suburbs for like a year and a half because I couldn't afford the city. I had a lot of friends that did live in the city, but at $2,000, I couldn't. If I took a job doing investment banking, I was probably making closer to $80,000 at the time. Then what happened was I lost a lot of money, close to $494,000 in a company named AMAG. I want to say at the time, 70% of that money was mine. I didn't have all of it. It was some of my backers' money. And I left. I went to Thailand, started teaching English. I was there for about 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. And I was happy. I was poor. I lost all my money, but I was happy. And then I came back and I said, you know what? I'm a really good trader. I just messed up. I'm going to start trading again. I just need to be trading on the same side as the institutions. So let's talk about the institutions and why they matter so much more than the retail trader. So a retail trader is going to trade 5 contracts, maybe for $1,000, maybe 10 contracts, $2,000, maybe even 20 contracts for $2,000, $4,000. We don't care about that. We're looking for something that's trading huge, massive volume in the option market. And we can see here, 5,000 contracts at $2 is $1 million bet. If you had to It's like I compare it two ways: following the biggest traders in the world, or going to the poker room and saying, who's the best player here? Can I get a piece of your action? Right? We want to follow the biggest and smart traders in the world. We're just reading the tape, placing and allocating capital. We're going to make money on trades. We're going to lose money on trades. But I truly believe this is the only way, in the long run, to potentially make money trading. Profitability is never guaranteed. I've had weeks, months, I think a year where I lost money, but I stick to the system, right? And the system is just read the tape, follow the best traders. And this is why I created and partnered with the CBOE on the scanner, on the biggest orders in the world. We're looking for nominal $1 million bets. So institutional traders, they're usually employed by Wall Street banks, the trading firm capital. No one's going to $1 million trade on unless they've made money before in the past. Imagine like a rookie trader trying to put $1 million trade on. He's like, what'd you make last year? Like, I don't do that. They usually have access to information that we do not have. Buyout rumors. This is where it says earnings leaks. There's been articles written on Zacks, Wall Street Journal, MarketWatch, Street.com, Fidelities. Here's an example of a trade that hit the tape. This did not hit our super option scanner. It hit one of our different scanners. This was years and years ago. Some trader somewhere in the world bought 5,030 FEYE September 15 calls for 45 cents. 2 hours after they bought the calls, Pete Najarian talked about it on CNBC. He used to come on and talk about same thing I follow. Me and him are two peas in a pot. Okay. We follow order flow in the option market. He talked about them buying 5,000 calls. This was my P&L for the day. I was on a bus headed to the Hamptons. I made $7,000 in a day. And obviously not every trader going to make $7,000. Possible I lost that money, but this happened to be a really good trade. And then it hit the tape. Then they announced a partnership with Microsoft, just like we showed you the Unity trade yesterday after they announced a partnership with Apple. So here's the signal that hit the tape. We see that big volume spike. So like I said, volume greater than open interest. And we look for that volume spike in the derivative space. Then we come in here, we take that trade. And I made $7,000 in about 3 hours. This is not going to happen every day. This is maybe like a once a year thing. Like obviously you can lose money on trades. I reiterate this over and over and over again. This happened to be one trade that I made money. We showed you the AMD example that lost 100%. This is the way that I trade. And this is the way I've been trading for 20 years. Done over 1,000 live webinars. I used to be with Agora Financial for like 6 years. So I just pound this into people's head. Like, this is what I do. This is what I like. Phil Jackson has a way that he coaches. Does it work? Well, Michael Jordan won 6 championships. And what did Kobe win? 5? Shaq has 3. Kobe has 4, I think. Kobe has 4. So obviously the way that Phil Jackson taught has to resonate with the right person, right? If you trade futures or Forex, I can't help you. Okay. If you like trading stocks or options, this is the value that the scanner can give to you. So these are known as Wall Street hidden tricks. Brokers push stock to the clients. Mutual funds take positions. Market makers bid up shares of stock. Analysts issue upgrades. And positive stories are released in the news. This is an article from, I don't know what year this was. This is a while back. But it says Goldman Sachs has 236 profitable days of trading last year, and they lost 15 days. How is it possible that Goldman Sachs made money 236 days and lost 15 days? There are some HFTs that make money every single day, okay? So we're trying to follow this order flow, okay? If Goldman Sachs said to me, hey, you can have part of the trading desk. Yeah, I'm in. Like, I'm not going to get offered. I'm just Andrew Keen. So we just want to keep following these traders in there. I think this was in Wall Street Journal. It says these trades have a profound impact on stock price. Buying can send the stock up, and selling can send the stock lower. NASDAQ.com said very few things can move a stock like these trades. Okay. Biggest, smartest traders in the world placing and allocating capital on certain trades. Okay. On an average day, super option scanner picks up 1 to 3 trades, as we can see right here. Oh, now we've got 2 trades. There's one in AutoZone. So let's go look at these. AZN. July 75. Oh, AstraZeneca. I apologize. Wow, look at those. 17,000 AZN 75s hit the tape. So this is one trade you can put on right now. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to buy 2 contracts because my scanner tells me to. So I'm going to buy 2 contracts, 174. I'm in at 174. So AZN just hit the tape. This is an example of a trade on our super option scanner. So now we have 2 signals that just hit our super option scanner. Like we said earlier, there was none. And you can kind of follow and track this trade if you want. Trader buys AZN July 21st, 2023, 75 calls. They just hit about 10 minutes ago. You can get them at like 174 right now. 17,000 of these traded total in AstraZeneca. 17,000 of these traded total in AstraZeneca. So you can get in this trade if you want right here, right now in AstraZeneca. This did hit our proprietary-based super option scan. Investor Business Daily said this is what it reveals, what hedge funds and other large funds are doing at a critical time. Let's take an example of Walmart. Walmart went from $93 to $100, and every single signal that hits our super option scanner will be an out of the money call. Okay, and I'll show you exactly why. So Walmart went from 93 to 100, and what would you rather make on an option? 93% or 390%? Pretty easy, 390%. And let's show you an example here of it. So if you had $3,000 to invest on this trade, you could have bought 4 of the Walmart 90 calls. That would have cost you $7.25 per contract. You could have bought 4 contracts with that money. You could have sold them at $14. It's good for 93% profit. You made $5,700 on in the money call options. Or you could have bought 60 of the out of the money 105 calls. Those cost you $50 per one lot. Those went up to $2.45. So on the same $3,000, you could have bought in the money calls 4 contracts for $3,000, which actually would have been $1,450, would have been $2,900. Or you could have bought 60 contracts at 50 cents. They went to $2.45. So all of these signals that hit our proprietary-based super option scanner are going to be out of the money calls. Okay, out of the money calls are cheaper because they're out of the money. But if they're closer to the at the money strike, they're going to give us higher gamma, higher risk, higher reward on that. And you can see here, what would you rather win? So let's talk about the delta. Delta is a measure of how much the option moves the underlying price. Higher delta, big move versus small wins. Low delta, out of the money calls. Small price moves small, we can make big amounts of money. Ideal range, depending on the option. So what we introduced to you guys, and you can load up the questions here, is our proprietary-based super option scanner. Like I said, these are all the scanners that are available. There's different kinds of scanners. They're all available at optionhacker.com. And, you know, when John said to me, hey, AK, do you want to do a webinar? I wanted to offer you guys the best scanner we had at the best price point we've ever offered. And this is our proprietary-based super option scanner. It is on the website. It's $349 a month. Obviously, we're not going to offer you to $349 a month on a webinar. And its scanner runs all day long, okay? So the scanner runs all day long. It has a nominal value of $1 million in the derivative space, okay? Nominal value of $1 million in the derivative space. Options are going to be between $1 and $8, and there's going to be 1 to 3 signals a day, okay? I wanted to offer you guys what I think is the best scanner on optionhacker.com. You cannot buy this anywhere else in the world. I have exclusivity to sell this scanner. You can't find it anywhere else, and I want to introduce it to you guys. So introducing the super option scanner. What this is going to be a proprietary-based scanner straight from all 14 major exchanges that picks up trades in the derivative space in an easy-to-read format. Okay, you can see these are the 2 trades for today. Easy-to-read format. Volume is always going to be greater than open interest. Volume, how many contracts trade today. Open interest, or how many exist before today. It will feature a lot of your favorite names. Like Tesla hits the tape a lot. AZN, this is the first time I've seen this hit the tape. That's AstraZeneca. That just hit the tape here on those. Amazon, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, Meta. Nominal value has to be $1 million. So we don't care about the small traders. Like, you can't even run this. Like, I've tried to run the Thinkorswim scan before on their platform, and it's just like, it's not very good. So if I go to the scan, and I don't even know how to filter this thing, you go to Option Hacker. It's just not actionable. Okay, there's not actionable ideas that traders can put on the Thinkorswim. Like, I mean, look at how many different things there are on here. Okay, this proprietary-based scanner comes from all the exchanges. Only place in the world to buy it is through us, and we get the technology straight from the CBOE. The CBO has bought Trade Alert. We pay Trade Alert every month for the right to sell this scanner. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to offer you 1 month of our best-selling scanner in the world. Okay, so you're going to have 1 month of our scanner. Obviously, not all the signals on there are guaranteed to make money. You might have a month where you lose money on signals. All it does is pick up the order flow. Okay, unlimited email support. You're going to get market color. So I will write market color. Watch this. This is a really cool feature. So we're going to go in here. I'm going to write some color in AZN. I really like the reward to risk of this trade. And AZN has never hit our super option scanner. So a trader might want to use a 50% stop loss. Okay, and that will not pop up here. And you'll get market color included here that I comment on the trades that hit the tape. Okay, you're going to get 1 month of our Trade Kings email alerts. Those will get sent to email. We had 2 signals today on Trade Kings. We just wanted to throw some things as an added bonus for you, not just a scanner. So $449 for the scanner is a regular price. Unlimited email support. $849 we're up to, plus 300. That's $1149 plus 200. It's about $1,350 total. And we're going to offer it to you guys today for the lowest price. It's $199. This is for 1 month of the scanner. In that time period, you'll get roughly about 40 trades. In that, like I said, like I took this trade with my money today. AZN 75. So we also see some Tesla 220 calls. You'll get 1 to 3 trades per day, as they put on here. So what this is, guys, is a proprietary-based scanner to our super option scanner. It's $199 for the first month. It renews at $199 as well, actually. Scanner runs all day long from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Nominal value of $1 million. Options are going to be between $1 and $8 and 1 to 3 signals a day. A couple things I'll say about this. There's nobody's in the world that you can buy the scanner. Okay, we have exclusivity to the scanner. You cannot get it anywhere else in the world. Number 2, this is straight trades from the trading floor. So nothing in here is any trade that I take. Some trades I take with my own money. Some trades I don't. There'll be winning trades. There'll be losing trades. Not every trade is guaranteed to make money, but all we want to do is follow the biggest and smartest traders in the world. So what you're going to get, guys, make sure you guys sign up. We'll probably take this link down in 24 to 48 hours. I'm not 100% sure. alphashark.com/super/win. You're going to get 1 month of a proprietary base scanner. Volume greater than open interest, $1 million nominal value. You're going to get unlimited email support. You're going to get market color from me. I just wrote a comment in AZN. Also, you're going to get Trade Kings email alerts, and it's over $1,200 value. We're going to offer it to you guys for $199 a month. We have about 5 minutes left for questions. If you guys want any questions, please feel free to write any questions in. But make sure you take advantage of this offer. We will then take it down in 24 to 48 hours. Question. How much money do I need to, how much initial money, wait, let me read this question. How much initial money needed to trade? Well, since we're only buying options, if you want to trade one contract, so like an AZN today, that option contract, you could get in for $175. So if you traded one contract that hit our scanner today in AZN, that would have cost you $175. I can't tell you how much you should trade with, but like this one signal, you can get it for $175 today, right here, right now. They hit the tape at 171, so you can get into that signal from the scanner at 175. $175 for one contract of that. How much you need total? Is that a question I can really ask? You probably have to ask your registered investment advisor. Any other questions at all, guys? I'm here for you. This is only available at OptionHacker. Do you recommend this for a beginner? Absolutely. The thing about a beginner, I always say for beginners, you should only buy options. When you start getting into complex order strategies, you know, I sell put spreads, I buy call spreads, I do verticals, I do calendars, I do everything. But as a retail trader, you should never do anything besides buying options, to be honest. Because if you buy an option, you know how much you can lose on the trade. You can only go to zero. If you sell an option, that's when, you know, you start doing huge amounts of risk. This is the only place you can buy it in the world, guys. You're going to get 1 month of a proprietary based scanner. It's super option scanner. You're going to get unlimited email support. You're going to get market color from me. Also, you're going to get Trade King's emails. $1,297 value, guys. We're offering it for $199. Do I teach option education? Yes. True. Thanks for AZN. We'll see. So to follow big capital seems to be the only edge, or do you know other possibilities to trade senselessly? I mean, I started trading new systems, but I've been tried and true. I've been trading this system for 2 decades. And like I said, I used to do a lot of webinars. I don't do them as much anymore. And, you know, John asked me to do it, and I told him I would do it. But, you know, I truly believe this is the best way to trade. Is it? On the website, I think it's $349, but you will be grandfathered into that $199 price. So you will be grandfathered in that $199 price.
Andrew.
Yes, sir.
So for those people that are a little bit afraid of technology, can you just walk them through on your screen and show them how easy it is or how hard it is to pull the scanner up and see the alerts?
Yeah, so what you'll do is you'll get in here. So I can just go through my login. So I'll go to login. So when you purchase it, you just get a simple login. I'll be your new username and password. So I just have one already that we'll just go to. So I just come in here. I click the link. I'll have a username and password. If it'll load. I hit super option scanner, and then it just pops up. And those are your 2 signals for the day. And that will run all day long. You know, like we went 2 hours without a signal, but we have 2 signals right now. And I can show you how easy it is to buy this signal if you wanted to buy the signal. So super option signal, someone bought 1,859, AZN 721, 2023, 75 calls for 171. And you can see it was trading 73.36 at the time. If I wanted to buy that signal, all I would have to do is go to my platform. I go to AZN. And I go to July calls. And we always talk about volume greater than open interest. You can see over 18,000 of these calls trade total. So 18,000 times $1.71, it's probably about a $4 million bet. It's a pretty big bet here. And right now the market is 170 at 176. So you could probably get around like 174, 173 if you wanted to buy that option. If you want to buy that option, let's say for 176, you click the offer. Let's say you want to buy one contract. You're going to buy one contract. Let's say you want to pay 174. Confirm and send. And now you're in the trade for 174. And then if I wanted to, go on.
No, I'm good. I didn't know you were done. Go ahead, continue.
So then if I wanted to, like what I do a lot of times, I'll come in here, I'll create an OCO bracket order. I'll sell it for 240. So literally to get in the trade takes matter of minutes. And I'll have a stop loss here at, let's call it 50 cents. So now my trade, I'll have a stop loss at 50 and I have a profit target of 240. That's how easy it is to put on.
And for the people at home that just saw you log in and thought, oh, do I have to log in every time to get the signal? They can keep this running in the background on like a separate browser and just refresh every once in a while, right?
So yeah, if you log in, you can log in one time and then basically the signals will be there for the day and then they'll go away for the day. And then you'll get them the next day too. So you'll get about 40 trades in the next month.
Okay. We have Mari who wants to learn more from you. She wants to know, do you have a live trading room?
I do have a live trading room. You can go to alphashark.com to find out more details of the trading room. We have a big live trading room. We have about 300 people that show up every day, audio and visual, and it runs all day long. I have other moderators as well.
Cool. Any other questions out there, guys? How much after the promo? Are you asking?
You'll be grandfathered in at the 199. But on the website, if you go to optionhacker.com, it is 349 on the website.
Okay, so if they buy it on the website, 349 every month going forward. Here, 199 today and 199 going forward.
Yeah, and you can cancel at any time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a savings of thousands of dollars every year, guys. Any more questions for Andrew before he goes out and enjoys
Sweden?
There you go. Yeah, Sweden.
Does the scanner filter out spreads? Yes. So it'll only be outright options, no spreads at all. Make sure you guys sign up. It's alphashark.com/superwin. Thank you guys so much. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see everybody later.
Thanks, buddy.